What was it like?
It was a raucous atmosphere. I don't particularly think it was a game for the purists. I think there was probably one shot on target in the entire game, and the goal was produced from that. For me, it was very interesting. I admire Manchester United as a Manchester City fan. I can't help but do that. I've never seen United come out and play like that. I've never seen them that negative, and I've never seen Ferguson sacrifice a player to man-mark another player. Park, for the first 30 minutes, was stuck to Yaya Toure, absolutely stuck to him. So quite effective.
But he was, but as we've discussed before you arrived here, Yaya Toure went into his own, didn't he, when he moved forward later on in the game when De Jong came in?
I would say in the last 15 minutes of the first half, Park started to drop off him. And moved slightly further forward to support Rooney, and I thought Rooney had a decent game, but I never think he's a happy player when he's playing up front on his own.
We were saying though earlier on, it's a myth that Fergie never sets up not to lose a game, because he does in Europe all the time, doesn't he? When he goes away, Darren, when he goes away from home, he'll often play like that.
Yeah, we've kind of got used to it at Old Trafford now. That if a few teams have rolled over for Manchester City, they've thought, these. I do honestly
go
believe
on, Chris.
that. I do.
Go on.
Well, to be fair, Darren, I think that we have taken your mantle as the most hated club in the land now,
possibly,
and I think that those teams who are every time, like for the last 15, 20 years, every game you play is a cup final. I think City are now getting a taste of that, and we've taken the arc of the season to learn how to deal with that. I think, just to be fair, in tonight's game, there seems to be a lot of discussion now about the tactics that Ferguson set out, and unless I missed it before I arrived late, there's not been a lot of discussion about what Mancini did and the way Mancini set out. He set out the same team that defeated Wolves. He didn't go defensively minded. We had to plough quite a deep furrow first of all and then move forward, but there was never a moment, apart from, I would say, in the last 10 minutes plus 6 minutes or plus 5 minutes of Fergie time, where I was ever truly concerned. Where they got 5 minutes from, I'd like to see.
In fact, I texted my mate who's a United fan, and I said, when I saw Giggs and Scholes in the midfield, I said, we're going to lose this tonight.
Can I just say something?
I said, we're going to lose it.
I find something as a City fan. I find your attitude quite alarming. The one thing that I seem to be talking about United more than City at the moment, but that's fine. The one thing that has maintained United's success at the top is a lack of shortism, and what you're talking about is shortism. The one thing that Ferguson always wants is a challenge, either from Villa, from Leeds, from Liverpool, from Arsenal, and more recently from Chelsea. He admires Mancini because Mancini has served on a plate to him the next challenge that he wants for the next, say, 2 to 3 years. Whilst I would recommend that United should think about bringing in Ferguson's replacement, maybe to work alongside him for a season or so for the continuity, the fact is, as soon as you say Ferguson is out, I don't understand your mentality, and you just, if I'm honest, mate, you sound greedy.